Hey everyone, today we're going to cover the factory Cat XR rider floor scrubber. Little history on factory Cat, about a 25-30-year-old company out of Racine, Wisconsin. All American made piece of equipment here down to the nuts, bolts, and fasteners. This machine we're looking at has a 68-gallon solution tank and a 75-gallon recovery tank. The XR is available in a couple different configurations. It ranges from a 34-inch scrub deck all the way up to a 46-inch scrub deck with the same size solution and recovery tank. The unit we're looking at today is equipped with an onboard charger, the heavy-duty side doors to protect the scrub deck. This unit's also equipped with the upgraded battery, and this is a 6-volt battery system. And we have equipped our unit with the single-point battery watering system. We find our customers struggle the most with keeping the lead-acid batteries full of water. This single-point watering system allows them to pump distilled water from one point rather than having to open 36 different cells on their scrubber. You can fill the XR from either what we would call the driver's side or the opposite side of the machine, so you got separate fill ports there. In the rear recovery tank tilts on this machine so you can get into the vacuum system. Here we're looking at the vac filter housing, so inside of that is a changeable, replaceable air filter. The factory Cat XR comes standard with twin or dual vac motors to keep the floor dry and clean. We also can service the solution filter from this point here, so we can shut off the water valve and clean our solution filter. And then we have access to the rear squeegee actuator. And as you can see, all the wiring in the machine is plug and play. No need to chase any wiring harness back toward the controller on the machine. I'm going to tilt the tank forward again. 75 gallons on the recovery tank. We've got a sight tube here that tells us how much clean water we have in the machine. The bumper on the rear is standard for any of the models, just to protect the squeegee. And then we have access to all of our vacuum hoses without having to remove anything on the unit. So if you've got a clog or you need to replace, you don't need a technician to do so. Just replace it yourself. Inside of the recovery tank, Factory Cat has added what they call as a drain saver. So all of your dirty water is filtered through this drain and will catch things like nuts, bolts, pallet chips, pieces of paper, whatever the debris tray or the cylindrical brushes don't pick up. And rather than dumping the dirty water into the drain along with all the debris that's picked up, we stop the debris here, and you can empty that into a trash can. It's important when you put the tank lid back on to make sure it's creating a good seal. And then this area here is to drain the recovery tank. Simply loosen the plug, and gravity will take over, but you can also pinch the drain hose if you wanted to slow down the amount of water coming out of the machine. I also like the way Factory Cat has designed the float filter or the float switch, so I can just open that up and clean the float filter, which would activate if you overfilled this tank. It would send a signal to the controller telling the operator that the recovery tank's full. But this area gets really nasty and dirty, and they've made it easy to clean and maintain. Over to the control panel. This machine is equipped with manager's lockout, and this allows us to set the solution flow as well as the down pressure of the machine. And then we can lock and turn these keys so the operators only have one choice for solution flow and down pressure when they're on board or they're getting ready to scrub. Machine comes standard with a horn, headlights, and emergency stop on the dash. Showing you some of the controls next. Just like our competitors, Factory Cat control panel has a one-touch scrub. That's the green button here. Once you hit the green button, it'll turn things on like solution, vacuum, and the brushes. If we hit the green button on the dash, it's one of my favorite parts about the machine. It breaks the time clock down into 4 different categories. One being key time. The second one is transport time. Third is brush motor time. And the fourth is the vacuum motor. So when we go to service the machine, if those hour meters are way out of whack, we know that we need to retrain operators on how to correctly use the piece of equipment. But also when we replace brushes and squeegees, we know exactly how long they lasted. And if we're not getting the longevity out of our brushes and squeegees, again, we can retrain operators or maybe change something in the environment to get some more life out of these expensive pieces. Factory Cat also does something exclusive on their machines. On the key or on the dash, TJ, go ahead and come over here. We've got this QR code. I'm going to scan that with my phone, and it's going to bring up the operator manual, preventative maintenance checklists. You can call for assistance. You can watch how-to videos, order parts right there from the dash of the machine. Most of our maintenance managers love that you can print the PDF of the maintenance schedule. That way their guys can go through this maintenance schedule monthly to keep the machine operating and performing as it should. If you've got any questions about Factory Cat or the Factory Cat XR, give us a call. Click the link in the comments below to see more about this piece of equipment.